I'll write it down. I'll write it down. I'll write it down. Sorry. I'll write it down. I'll write down the numbers. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what to say. I'll discuss that later. And I'll make it to the airport. I'll make it to the meeting. I'll catch up on my work. I'll call the IT department and I'll contact the IT department. I'll contact the IT department. All right, so you can also say, I'll reach out to the IT department. I'll talk to him tomorrow. I'll talk to her tomorrow. All right, so I'll talk to her later. I'll talk to him tomorrow. And I'll point out something. I'll point out something or point out some, or I'll point something out. I'll point out the problems. I'll finish the review. I'll solve everything. I'll try again. I'll try to solve it. I'll get my point across. I'll get back to the manager. I'll solve the problems. What else? What else? What else? Let's go. Solve the problems and I'll need help. I'll get my point across in the meeting. So I'll organize the presentation. I'll fix the system. I'll organize the tables before the meeting. I'll explain this idea. I'll come up with an idea. I'll come up with a suggestion. I'll write down the main points. I'll write down my point of view. I'll call him. I'll join the meeting. I'll focus on the report. I'll do my job. I'll explain everything. I'll explain the process and I'll figure out the process. Can you repeat that, please? I'll wait for her. I'll come up with solutions. What are you gonna point out? What are you gonna point out? What you gonna point out? What you gonna say? What you gonna say? What you gonna figure out? What you gonna think about? What you gonna catch up on? I'll catch up on everything. I'll catch up on the emails. I'll catch up on the report and I'll catch up on the review. How are things? How's it going? Oh, good. And you? Pretty good. And you? I'll check the emails. I'll try it. I'll meet the client. I'll make a decision today. I'll figure out how to do that. I'll figure out how to get my point across. To get my point across. I'll fix that table. I'll talk to him to solve the problem. And I'll schedule a meeting. I'll say something. I'll tell him. I'll tell her. What you gonna point out? Nice to meet you. Oh, nice to meet you too. I'll practice my English. I'll get back to her. I'll take care of the reports or I'll handle the reports. I'm gonna work. Excuse me. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work. Excuse me. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work. You see, kachingele, lembra? I'm gonna work. Excuse me. I'm gonna talk about the numbers. Excuse me. I'll check the report. I'll write a report. I'll talk to the manager about the decision. I'll talk to the director about this problem. I'll discuss this problem with him. I'll try to help my brother organize everything. I'll come up with an idea on the fly. I'll come up with a suggestion on the fly. I'll decide on the fly. Don't worry. I'll solve this on the fly. Don't worry. I'll say something on the fly. Don't worry. I'll review everything. But don't worry. I'll handle that. I'll take care of that. Don't worry. I'll handle this problem. Don't worry, I'll come up with an idea. Don't worry, I'll check everything. Don't worry, I'll catch up on everything. Don't worry, I'll catch up on the work. Don't worry, I'll make the changes. Don't worry, I'll come up with a solution. Come up with a solution. I missed what he said. I missed what he said. Can you repeat that again, please? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'll figure out what's going on. I'll work tomorrow. Tomorrow. Right? I'll focus on my work. I'll focus on my work. I'll focus on the project. I'll finish everything. I'll finish the review. I'll figure out. I'll figure out a day for the meeting. I'll figure out a day for the event. I'll figure out a date to meet the client. I work from home. I'll figure out a day to work from home. I'll finish earlier. I'll come up with an idea and get back to you. Let me have a sip of water. Excuse me. I'll come up with an idea and get back to you. I'll try to understand and get back to you. I'll try to understand and get back to you. I'll let you know. I'll try to understand and let you know. I'll solve that and talk to you. I'll figure out what to say. I'll figure out what to do. I'll figure out what to buy. I'll figure out how to do that. I'll figure out how to say something. I'll figure out how to get my point across. I'll figure out how to get my point across. I'll figure out how to get my point across. I'll figure out how to solve that problem. Rapaz, I'll figure out how to say that in the meeting. I'll figure out how to talk to the client. I'll figure out how to solve that problem. I'll figure out how to say that in the meeting. I'll figure out how to talk to the client. I'll organize a meeting with the suppliers. I'll organize everything and talk to them. I'll organize a meeting with the client. I'll handle the costs and catch up on everything, a review. I'll handle the costs and catch up on the review. I'll handle the situation. I catch up on the assessment or evaluation. Well, kind of fun. It's kind of, I'll send the email and talk to the vendor. I'll send the email and talk to the vendor, and I'll understand the project and get back to the client. I'll meet the client today and discuss the results. I'll meet the client and discuss the project. I'll meet the client and catch up on the project. I'll do that tomorrow. Today I'm busy. I'm pretty busy today. I'll figure out how to do that. I'll figure out how to share my opinion. I'll check the problem and get back to you. I'll come up with a project. I'll think of a project. I have a really good idea. I have a problem with this system. I have to make a decision today. I have to finish earlier today. I have to solve that problem. I have to prepare that presentation. And I have to get my point across in the meeting. I have to handle a lot of mails. I have to handle this situation. I have to deal with a lot of emails. I have to deal with a lot of situations. So I have to deal with this situation. So you can say, I have to handle a lot of mails. I have to handle this situation. You can say whatever you want to. Don't worry. I have to explain the project. I have to explain the idea. I have to find a solution or come up with a solution. I have to figure out what's happening with this fucking system. Sorry, I got carried away. Burger. I have to figure out what's happening with this system. And I have to figure out what's happening with the computer. All right. I have to figure out the problem. I have to figure out the problem. I have to figure out how to do that. I have to figure out how to fix the computer. And try your best, you don't succeed. I'll fix you. Esse cara tá chorando. Coldplay. I have to come up with a plan. I have to figure out how to fix the computer. I have to write down the points. I want to practice my English today. I want to talk about the numbers. I don't want to talk about the numbers. I want to meet my boss today. I want to discuss the project in the meeting. I want to share my idea in the meeting. I want to write down the numbers. I need to discuss the details later. I need instructions. I'll call her. I need to come up with a really good idea. I missed what he said about the project, and I missed what he said about the project, and I missed what he said about the budget, and I missed what he said about the client, and I missed what he said about the assessment or evaluation. I missed what is. I missed what you said. I'm sorry, it's wrong. The holiday. I missed what you said. Can you repeat that again, please? I missed what you said about numbers. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to get by. I don't know how to say that. I don't want to come tomorrow. I don't want to see my boss today. I don't want to work. I don't want to get back to you. I don't want to get back to him. I don't want to get back to him later. And I don't want to get back to her earlier. I don't want to get back to her and then make a decision. I want to look for a job. I want to practice a lot. I want to come up with solutions. I want to join the meeting. I want to pay. I want to tap to pay. The headset's good. Hey, multitasking. I want to tap to pay. Say, I want to tap to pay. I want to pay cash. I want to organize a meeting. I want to organize the budget. I want to schedule a meeting. I want to schedule a meeting for Tuesday. I want to schedule a meeting for Monday. I want to call the client. I want to call her. I want to handle the costs and handle the money. I want to handle the budget. I want to go to work. I want to go home later. I want to go to the bank. I want to make a plan. I want to make changes. I want to make changes. I want to talk about my bills. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you later. I want to talk to you tomorrow. I want to talk to the manager. I want to talk to my boss. I want to talk to him about I want to talk to him about the client. I want to talk to her about my work. I want to find solutions. I want to come up with solutions. I want to handle the costs. I want to check the numbers. I want to check the report. I want to check the review. I want to answer this call. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I can't think about that right now. I can't fix the computer. I'm sorry. I'd like to solve the problems. I'd like to meet my boss today. I'd like to discuss that issue now. I'm working in the office today. I'm worried. I'm in the office today. I'd love to talk about the presentation. I'll catch up on the news. I'll finish the task later. Great. Vê? Tá falando I wanna. Então a música faz I wanna talk about it. Do Rod Stewart. Puxa a letra aqui, ó. Espero que os caras não interrompam o vídeo, né, depois. Acho que não, né? A música vai sair meio mal cantada aqui. Ó, aqui, ó. A música chama I don't wanna talk about it. I don't wanna talk about it. A música boa treinar inglês, ó. I can tell by your eyes that you've probably been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it. How you broke my heart. Você coloca essa música aí. If I stay here just a little bit longer. If I stay, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. Então, assim, I don't want to talk about it, certo? I don't want to talk about it. Não quero falar nada sobre isso, beleza? Fechou? Então, escuta essa música. I don't want to talk about it. Rod Stewart. Dá pra treinar, because I can tell by your eyes that you've probably been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't want to talk about it. How you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer. If I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. If I stand all alone, will the shadow hide the color of my heart? Blue for the tears, black for the nights, fuse the stars and the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it. How you broke my heart. If I stay just a little bit longer. If I stay, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. Ó, depois mais, sabe por quê? Beleza? Dá pra curtir o listening bastante, treinar bastante. Maravilha? Okay, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye. Take care. Take it easy.